In this video, I want to talk about how Amex is expanding one of the benefits on the Amex Platinum and actually the Amex Gold. Some rumored bonuses coming soon on the American Express Marriott Bonvoy cards, and then we have news of this Hyatt devaluation to talk about, which is going to be devastating for some of our favorite points redemptions. Hey credit warriors, welcome to the show. My name is Ben Hedges, aka the Credit Shifu, and on this channel, I cover US credit cards, personal finance, and luxury travel. If you like the sound of that, please subscribe, but let's get into the video. Oh, and this video is brought to you by Unbound Merino. Everything you can see me wearing today is from them, but more on that later. So let's talk about one Amex Platinum and actually Amex Gold benefit, which is going to be expanding, and that would be Resy. On the Amex Platinum, you get a $400 Resy credit per year, and on Gold, it's $100. Only problem is, if you don't live in a big city, it may be hard to find a Resy restaurant, and even if you live in a city, you may not find a restaurant that is absolutely 100% ideal. But that may be changing. A few days ago, Amex released this press release detailing how they're going to expand the network of Resy restaurants. Resy today announced the next phase of its dining platform, which includes the integration of the Resy and TOC venue networks this summer to create an expanded destination for reservations and experiences and a best-in-class digital product used by the hospitality industry. Over 25,000 venues will be bookable through Resy, including TOC's many fine dining restaurants and over 1,200 wineries. So if you don't know, Amex bought TOC back in 2024, and that's actually kind of similar to them acquiring Resy, which was back in 2019, and you've seen what they've done with Resy. Now, TOC is another restaurant similar to Resy. However, their speciality is wineries and more experience-based things. Like, look, you can even book axe throwing on there. So how many new venues will this actually bring to Resy? Amex says that TOC has 7,000 restaurants, wineries, hotels, and other bookable venues, and these venues will now be integrated into the Resy site and will be bookable by this summer, and eligible for the Resy credit on the Amex Gold and Amex Platinum cards. TOC's website and app will be shut down with everything going under the Resy brand. So while I wouldn't say that this is a bombshell, it is definitely good news because it gives you more choice and thus makes it more likely that you will max out those Resy credits on the Gold and Platinum cards. And specifically for people in California who like going to wineries, this is a win since that is TOC's speciality. They bring over 1,200 wineries to the Resy platform. And when is this coming, you may ask? Well, you can expect to see it rolled out this summer. All right, moving on to some rumored bonuses. But first, as a credit card points and miles enthusiast, I love traveling for free in business class. But whether you're at the front or the back of the plane, certain things never change. Like the fact that you get hot and sweaty moving through airports, have limited space in carry-on baggage, and end up wearing the same clothes for many hours, even sleeping in them. That's why I've partnered with Unbound Merino. Their clothing is made from premium merino wool, which is naturally odor resistant, temperature regulating, and wicks moisture away from the skin. Basically, you can wear the same hoodie for your whole trip without washing it, which cuts down on hassle and expense. It's lightweight and small enough to make a noticeable difference to the weight and size of your baggage, which is what you want for carry-on only travel, and it's comfortable and wrinkle resistant too, meaning I may have slept the whole night in this t-shirt on the plane, but you would never know when you see me wearing it the next day at lunch. Unbound Merino's understated style is meant to last, not go out of fashion with the latest trend. There are no visible logos, and the designs are functional, lightweight, and down to earth. So simplify your travel wardrobe with Unbound Merino through my link below, or click the QR code that's on the screen now. My viewers get 10% off their first purchase. All right, so Amex has 3 co-branded Marriott cards, the Bevy, the Brilliant, and the Bonvoy Business Card. The current bonuses on these are 85,000 points on the Bevy, 100,000 points on the Brilliant, and 3 free nights, each valued at up to 50,000 points on the Business Card. But it seems that we now have a leak from Amex's QWWW links, which are these web links that they use to test out their website, and certain credit card obsessed people regularly crawl these. Check out this post on the Chinese language US credit card guide forum. So this person says that they are able to open the QWWW link. All right, if we just go there, it normally says access denied, but for some reason this person can open it up with their computer, and they say that they see incoming offers and benefit changes, and when they open it up this time, it seems that some upcoming benefit changes for the Marriott cards were listed. We have the Bonvoy Bevy card, 175,000 points for $5,000 in spend in 6 months. The Bonvoy Brilliant, 200,000 Marriott points for $6,000 in spend in 6 months. Then the Bonvoy Business, 3 free nights for spending $6,000 in 6 months. Another 2 free nights if you spend an additional $3,000, so a total of $9,000 in 6 months. And the free nights are worth up to 50,000 points. One question I have is why no screenshot? Okay, if it's real, I'd like to see a screenshot. But anyway, that's what this person says that they saw. Doctor of Credit also reported on it, so I guess they take it seriously. And I guess the reason is that this person, LZ, it says has posted correct info before, and that's why people believe this. It says it here. Last time we said that LZ, because of some strange physical conditions, can break through the restrictions on the QWWW Amex site and was able to preview the new gold card benefits in advance. All right, that's what they did before. And strange physical conditions. I don't know, are they psychic or something? Or maybe it means some special conditions to do with their computer, their ability at hacking or whatever. Maybe I was translating it wrong, all right? Someone Chinese, help me out in the comments. Tell me what it says. And they explain it more here as well. I guess this was the last time that they were talking about. LZ discovered that they could repeatedly open the QWWW links and will post new offers and changes as they come to help others on the forum with planning applications. So yeah, I guess that's why it's taken seriously, all right? Because they have a good track record. They said that the end date would be May 14th, so I would guess that this would be starting pretty soon. So if you were planning on getting one of these cards, I would probably say wait a few weeks to see if these bonuses materialize. Also, I would recommend the Brilliant over the Bevy, okay? If you want their mid-tier card, if you want a mid-tier Marriott card, I would say go for the Chase Marriott Bonvoy Boundless. It's a better card, and it currently has 5 free nights as a welcome bonus, which is better than the potential new Bevy bonus anyway. All right, let's move on to our final story of the day, the Hyatt devaluation. Now, Hyatt is one of the most valuable transfer partners out there. The Points Guy values their points at 1.7 cents a piece, and you can transfer to Hyatt from Chase and also from Bilt. I've used Hyatt points to stay at the Hyatt Ziva all-inclusive resorts in Cancun and in Los Cabos, Mexico, and I redeemed about 25,000 points per night for those redemptions. But now, Hyatt has announced changes to its award chart that are most probably going to make booking awards at all-inclusives and regular Hyatt hotels more expensive. But there is a slight upside in that they may make some off-peak nights ever so slightly cheaper. Hyatt released this press release entitled World of Hyatt updates award chart while preserving the transparency members expect. So, updates award chart, that just means changes it for the worse, all right? This is marketing speak. If they were improving the award chart, they would have just said that, all right? So, they'll tell you if it's a good thing, but if they are doing a negative change, it's just called updating it, all right? Because updating sounds positive anyway. And then preserving the transparency members expect just means that they still have an award chart. They're not going to do opaque dynamic pricing that doesn't let the member know the rationale behind the price they are seeing, and they don't understand. Everything's in a black box controlled by AI and no one knows what's going on, okay? They still at least actually have an award chart, but I don't really give them credit for that because it should be that way, all right? A published award chart so people know exactly what the price is and why. But anyway, the update they've made to the award chart is this. They've added 2 more redemption levels for a total of 5. Here's what we mean by this. Right now, Hyatt has 3 redemption levels: off-peak, standard, and peak. So there are 3 slightly different rates for each tier of hotel and each tier of all-inclusive resort. And they do have a separate chart for all-inclusive resorts in case you didn't know that. But now they are increasing that to 5 levels depending on whether it's peak or off-peak season. You have lowest, low, moderate, upper, and top. So it's not just peak and off-peak. It's like peak, slightly off-peak, medium, very off-peak, and whatever. Now, on the new chart, you will notice some of the categories on their lowest pricing are 500 or even 1,000 points cheaper. Actually, category 5 is 2,000 points cheaper on the lowest level of pricing, the lowest off-peak level. But if we compare what is currently called standard with what will be called moderate in the new system, because that's the average price that people are going to pay, we will notice that none of them have decreased in price. They are all more expensive by up to 15,000 points. And we also see that with the all-inclusive resorts. If we look at standard versus moderate, so the average people will pay in points, they are all more expensive. So this is a shame. I'm guessing the points guy will probably lower his valuation for Hyatt points once this takes place. So when is it actually happening? Well, Hyatt says that they will introduce the expanded redemption levels at the beginning of May. So if you want to book a Hyatt right now, even if it's for a stay after the beginning of May, you can do it at the old redemption levels, and in most cases, it's going to be cheaper for you. In some cases, even a lot cheaper. There are also a couple of enhancements coming, but not in May. They're coming out later this year, whatever that means. So let's just read you what Hyatt says. As World of Hyatt continues to listen closely to members, the program plans to introduce new enhancements designed to make it even more engaging. Later this year, members will be able to share points digitally, making it easier than ever to help a loved one begin their next adventure or turn a special occasion into a shared experience. Additionally, Explorists, Globalists, Lifetime Globalists, and World of Hyatt credit card members will enjoy early access to award night availability and more opportunity to plan ahead and turn points into memorable future getaways. More details coming soon. So, a couple of plus points for high-level members and credit card holders, okay? It's great that you don't actually have to be a globalist or whatever. If you just get the Hyatt credit card, it seems that you will have access to this award availability as well. Also, people who want to pool points, that is now getting easier, but on a whole, this is negative. I will say, though, that it has become easier to earn Hyatt points in recent years. You can transfer from both Chase and Bilt. Chase's multipliers on their cards are higher than they used to be, and with Bilt, you can earn points on rent, mortgage, and restaurants, and then transfer them over to Hyatt. So that is my observation, that this may have had to happen because it became too easy to earn Hyatt points because of all the new, earning possibilities that we have now. Obviously, it is still bad news for us, but it maybe just sets us back to the state that we were in a few years ago when we didn't have Bilt, and so we could only transfer from Chase or earn on Hyatt co-branded cards. All right, guys, that is the video for today. A big thank you to Unbound Merino for sponsoring. You can get 10% off your first order with my link below or by scanning the QR code on screen now. As always, please subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.